Alright, so this is the next episode of Grow My Video Game Collection. So I got some more pickups and stuff. Um, First thing is I went into a Savers and they had three N64 controllers, and I normally don't buy N64 controllers. These were $10 a piece. I normally don't buy them because I have so many. I was trying to get one of each color for a long time, so now I just have tons. But these were in such nice shape, and I didn't have any of these colors yet that I had to pick them up. These honestly feel like they've never been used. They feel like they just came out of the box. I wish you guys could just feel the outside of these controllers because they just feel like brand new. Like the sticks are tight as hell. So anyway, there were three controllers there. I needed all three colors, so I just decided to pick them all up. These were $10 a piece. $10 a piece. This is a yellow one. I tried it. My girlfriend has a yellow one. I tried to get her to give it to me for a long time, but she wouldn't. So there's that. Here's an ice blue one. And again, all of these like tight sticks. They look brand new. They feel brand new. Just the feeling of them is new. And then the last one was a red one. So I needed all those, and those are going right into my collection. So yeah, I'm a couple away from getting all of them. At least the ones released in the United States. Next, I went to a flea market, and this one guy just has a huge table of random junk. It could be like knitting supplies or old street signs or whatever, and there's some game stuff on there, and everything on the table is three things for $1. So I actually found three things there that I thought were pretty cool. The first one is this SpongeBob plug and play. I played through this and I beat all the games on here. There's like 5 or 6. One of them is some of them are just rip-offs. Like there's a Puzzle Bobble rip-off. There is a side-scrolling shooter that isn't very good, and then there's a Escape the Maze, which I played the whole way through. It took me like 2 hours. I was pretty into it. It's not that good, but it's pretty decent. I'll get the review up at some point. But the make of this controller is fantastic. Like the feel and quality of this is great. If I could use this on my Atari, I would use this instead of the Atari sticks that I have. So the second thing I got was this GameCube controller. Now this is pretty worn. Like on the back, you can see the colors coming off. So when I saw this down there, both of the sticks were messed up. But I have a bunch of thumbstick covers and C-stick covers, like the caps for them. So when I got home, I was going to take it apart and put the new ones on there, and I realized this is actually an official GameCube controller. So that was pretty sweet. Another one to add to the collection, the silver one. And then lastly was the Sonic the Hedgehog car. I'll get a close-up on this because it's actually really cool. He didn't have the remote control piece that actually drives this around, but this is remote control. Three AAAs go on the bottom. Four AAAs go on the bottom, and it has these ridiculous stickers of Sonic on the sides that actually don't line up. So the one at the back doesn't exactly line up with the one in the front, and the ones on the sides don't exactly line up with the one in the front. Like what they're supposed to be, not like the placement of them. So anyway, this was pretty cool, and then it has his shoes for the wheels. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. Actually, I think I like the Sonic car the most out of all three of those things. I went to one. Well, actually, while I was at that flea market, there's a guy who used to own a video game store a while back. It's closed down now. His prices were always too high, and he would never give you a break. So anyway, now he closed the store down. Now he sells at the flea market, and they had a copy of Rampage there, complete. The outside of the box is a little beat up, but this game legitimately looks like it's never been played. It has the instruction manual and everything, and I love Rampage. On 2.0 Pro Noobs +1, we actually played through Rampage World Tour, which is insanely long. It took us like 3 hours to play through. So anyway, we're going to post it at some point. But I love Rampage. I play it in the arcade every time I see it. So they had this complete in a box, and I asked him how much it was just to, kind of ballpark it. I was assuming he was going to charge me 30 or something like that, but he looked it up on eBay, and he said $12. So I'm guessing what he saw was a loose copy selling, and he just sold me the complete one for $12. So that was pretty sweet. Love Rampage, and yeah, it's just a good game. And then I went to a flea market. No, this wasn't a flea market. Sorry, this was a thrift store. And in the DVDs, they had one GameCube game, which was Enter the Matrix. I like this game. There's a lot of loading in this game, and there's a lot of cutscenes. And the gameplay is all right. Like if you want to play something Matrixy, you should just play like Conker's Bad Fur Day or something. But this is pretty sweet. I do plan to play through this. I only got to play a little bit because I couldn't find a GameCube memory card around here. This is 2 discs. And actually, when I got this, it still had the GameStop yellow seal on this. So whoever bought this, they bought it and it wasn't shrink wrapped when they bought it, but it was still sold as new, and they had never opened it. So everything's in here. It's never been played unless an employee took it home or something like that. And it's okay. I mean, I like the foil hologram artwork and everything. The game's all right. I mean, I plan to play through it. You can do like bullet time and all that kind of stuff. You can choose between a male and a female character. I can't remember the names. I'm not really big into the Matrix. But yeah, I've been meaning to get this and add it to the collection for a while. Oh, this was $1.99. I have 2 more game stores that I went to. One of them was one of my local ones. Not my favorite one, but it's pretty good. And they had 2 Game Boy Advance games there that I didn't have. And I'm big into collecting Game Boy Advance these days because I think there's just so many good games on there that people either don't know about or, that you just don't see very often. So the first one I got that I don't ever see is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Wrath of the Dracul King. This game is very difficult to control. It's very stiff. I tried playing through it. I couldn't make it over like the first big jump. I could not try to run and jump and I couldn't get over there. So, jumping is the R button, like the R shoulder button, which is bizarre anyway. But it's difficult, but I will say whoever did the music in this game did a fantastic job. It's very reminiscent of Castlevania, in my opinion. And the one I really wanted that I never ever see is Final Fight 1. So Final Fight 1 is pretty much what the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight should have been. This has all 3 characters. It has Haggard, Cody, and Guy. And this is also 2-player with another Game Boy Advance and another cartridge or whatever. So both you can play together, which you couldn't on the Super Nintendo. It was only 1 player. So anyway, I never see this, picked it up. Those are $7 a piece. And then finally, the last game store, my honey hole, as I call it. I got these first 2 games for $4 a piece. This is TMNT, which is the Ninja Turtles. This is the game based on that animated movie from like 2006 or whatever it was. And this is like a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It's pretty good. You can choose from all 4 turtles. They all have different stats, just like something like Turtles in Time. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and it's pretty good. The only issue I have with this game is the levels are relatively long. And if you die at any point, you have to start at the very beginning. So it can get pretty tedious. There's no checkpoints in the middle. And then the other one I got there for $4 was Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker. This is an N64 game I didn't have. This game's cool. It's like 3D, brawler, beat 'em up. You're just walking around kicking the shit out of people. I like that there's different suits you can wear. There's like defensive ones and offensive ones and all that kind of stuff. It's good music. I think there's good graphics. And one thing I like is like in Doom, how the guy's face... Doom, the guy's face would like change from it would get like more beat up and stuff as your health went down. The same thing happens with this game. I just think it's a cool touch. It doesn't really enhance the game at all, but I think it's pretty sweet. And then the last 2 things is there was a copy of Astro Boy Omega Factor there. This was $6. There's a lot of hidden gems in that place that they got priced like years ago, and so they haven't been updated. Anyway, Astro Boy Omega Factor, I love this game. Sprite work is excellent. This game was done by Treasure. And it's just good. I don't really know much about Astro Boy, but it's a fun game. Some of them are, side-scrolling levels, and then, where you're like jumping around and kicking the shit out of people. And some of them you're like flying, so it's like kind of like a shooter. It's a really good game. If you can find it, pick it up. And then the last thing I got, which is definitely the Sword Day pickup of the week, I had never heard of this game. This game is Vanark Extreme Shooting for the PS1. This game is $20, and it's complete, and it's in really nice shape. I want to show the disc on this because it kind of like Digimon World 2. This game looks like it's never ever been taken out of its case. So I didn't know anything about this game. This game's actually pretty obscure. So they had the sticker on here from a while back, which was $20, so I picked it up. This game's really good. It reminds me of Star Fox a lot. And the only thing I don't like about this game is the in-between parts where you're actually walking around the ship. I like that they fleshed the ship out, like the big ship you're on, but I don't think it's really necessary. They just could have gone from level to level with a little story bridged in there without derailing the entire game. So those are my pickups since last time. So I'm just trying to grow the old collection and pick up stuff that I've been looking for. So, alright, so before I conclude this, I just want to talk about some of the things I've been listening to, playing, and reading. And the thing I've been listening to the most these days is the Ergs Dork Rod Cork Rod. It's the 10th anniversary of this recording, so they re-released this digitally on CD and on vinyl. And I absolutely love this record. Every song on this recording is fantastic. These guys didn't last very long, but they're still doing stuff separately. Anyway, some of the best songs on this are Extra Medium is one of my favorites. Pray for Rain is great. Running, Jumping, Standing Still are probably like my 3 favorites on here. Vampire Party kicks ass too. So definitely give this a listen. You can check it out on Bandcamp. And the Ergs kick ass. Great band. I've been reading Five Nights at Freddy's: The Silver Eyes. I have a lot of respect for the whole Five Nights at Freddy's series. One guy did everything, made all the games and everything. I think the guy is great. This book is okay. It's not scary. It's definitely just expanded universe, going to a sister location and finding out, where all the robots came from and who made them and all that kind of stuff. So it's good. It's worth a read if you really like the series. But when it comes to expanded universe video game books, Rapture, the BioShock Rapture book, is a million times better than this. So read the Rapture book. It's absolutely fantastic. And if you love BioShock, it puts a lot of stuff, into its place of where. Where Rapture came from and everything. And the game that I've been playing a lot, I want to talk about one that I liked and one that I didn't like. Iridium 3D, I do not like this game. I feel like most shooters are like side-scrolling or like top-down or something along the lines of that. This shooter is from the back of the ship, and it's bizarre. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. But the reason I'm talking about this is because Iridium 2 is excellent. I love this game. The first one was from the back of the ship. This one is top down, and this one is a lot better, and it just seems like it's an entirely new game. I don't even know why they put it in the series. But yeah, if you see Iridium 2, pick it up. I don't see it very often, but it is a really good game. So that's stuff I've been reading, playing, listening to, and the pickups for the past couple weeks. So yeah, we'll see you later. Stay nerdy. I'm not coming out of the shower. It's such a comfortable crush. It's a warm, loving room and intoxicating too, man. I'll miss the outside world.